Good morning, everyone. Now, once again, welcome back in our class. As you know, that today is Friday, and just you know that Friday is a turn for what science class. So now today in our science class, we are going to discuss one more important the class of microbes, that is fungi. In the previous class, before this, we already discussed about the virus and bacteria. Now, today, without wasting the time, we come on the point that today we are going to discuss about the fungi. This fungi is also another class, the third class of microbes or microorganisms. Now, we are discussing the all things. Means what is the living place, habitat, what are the mode of nutrition, how it is reproduce, how it is multiply its number. So all these things we are going to discuss in today's class, and how it is useful for us. What are the ways, what are the broad categories or broad ways where mostly we use the fungi, and what are the disadvantages of a fungi we also discussed already. We also discussed in this session. So now let us start. So this fungi, they are the plant-like organisms. As you know that plant have water. Plant is different from the animal in the case of water. Cell wall. There are the many differences between the plant cell and animal cell. So plant cell is different from animal cell in the many ways. So first one is that about the cell wall. So here this fungi is also a plant-like organism. So it looks like a plant, and it also have a cell wall. But like another plant, it do not have a chlorophyll. Means there are the lacking of a chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is not present in a fungi. So what it means? It means the fungi cannot produce its food, or fungi cannot synthesize its own food by itself. Because of what? Due to the lack of chlorophyll. And you know that the chlorophyll is a pigment which is necessary for formation of what? Photosynthesis or photosynthesis of food. That's why it follows which type of mode of nutrition? Heterotrophs. Or heterotrophs, it may be in the form of a parasitic or a saprophytic. So they are the plant-like organisms having the cell wall. It consists of cell. It consists of a cell wall. Means the cell wall is present in a fungi, but the chlorophyll is absent. Means it shows some characteristics like plant. Means due to the presence of a cell wall, we can say that it is what? It shows characteristics of plants, but same time it also shows that chlorophyll is not present, and due to the lack of chlorophyll it cannot perform the photosynthesis, and it cannot synthesize its food by itself. So that's why it is considered as a heterotrophs. Now, what are the habitat? Means what are the living place where it is found? So generally it is found in the moist places, in a dark. It is mostly found in the moist dark places with the moderate temperature. This season is favorable for the growth of fungus. Generally you see the many leather goods, leather के जितने भी items, leather purse, leather belt, leather coat, leather bag. This if it wet under during the rainy season, under the rain, so generally what happen? It's a suitable place, or it is a favorable condition for a growing of a fungi or this microbes. Fungi means easily fungi can grow on that things or that leather goods. It is also found in the rotting fruits and vegetables, or spoiled fruits and vegetables, moist bread. If some moistures contain any bread, it is a suitable place for growing what microbes. So means microbes easily grow in the moisture, damp, dark places with the moderate rate of temperature. So these are the living place or the habitat for water for a fungi. It is also found in the rotting vegetables and the fruits. Mostly this microbes, this class of microbe is responsible for a spoilage or a rotting of fruits and vegetables, because due to presence of some moistures. Already there are some moistures present, and that is a suitable and favorable condition for water for the growth of that microbes or fungi. Next one, structure, means what is the organization or what is the structure of a fungi. So fungi, it may be in the form of unicellular or a multicellular. It shows the body organization in the form of unicellularity or a multicellularity. Means a fungi may be unicellular. For example, yeast. Yeast is a unicellular organisms, and it also shows the multicellularity. For example, mushroom and molds. These are the multicellular forms of this fungi. So you can say that microbes or this fungi can show unicellularity or a multicellularity. Means it may be unicellular or a multicellular. Means this fungi consists of a single cell, or its body may be consist or it have more than one cell. Means multicellular organism. So it may be found in the unicellular organisms as a unicellular organisms, or maybe as a multicellular organisms. For an example, this yeast. Yeast is a unicellular organisms, means yeast is composed of only single cell. Whose body is composed of only single cell. Means all the activities taking place in a single cell. Whereas mushroom shows the multicellularity, means mushroom's body is made up of more than one cell. Now multicellular forms consist of a thread like this. Sometimes what happen? This mushroom like this mushrooms, just you see in this case, during this rainy season, if you visit nearby the area where some this organic matter you can find, means some pieces of leaves and twigs and this type of organic matter is there. So that place is suitable for grow of water mushroom. You can see this type of organisms, this stalk-like and this umbrella-like structure. This umbrella-like structure. This is called what? Mushroom. And sometimes it forms water. Suppose that this is a log of wood. For example, ये क्या है एक सपोज यदि ये ना एक लकड़ी का लट्ठा है, इट्स अ लॉग ऑफ वुड, एंड इट शोज सम दिस थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स. दिस थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर इज कॉल्ड व्हाट? हाइपा. This thread-like structures arises similar to the, just you say similar to the root, which we see in a case of a plant. So it also gives function of water, absorbing the nutrient or material, and it also help in the supporting, or it also hold the substratum or the base. So this thread-like structures, many times this arises. This thread-like structures is known as what? Hypha. Hypha means what? The thread-like structures which help in the absorption or taking a nutrient from that and decaying material. But sometimes what happens when the many हाइपाज इंटरवोवन टुगेदर, मीन्स बहुत सारे जो हाइपाज है आपस में इंटरकनेक्टेड हो गए, दे फॉर्म्स नेट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर और इट फॉर्म्स लॉन्ग नेटवर्क. सो दैट नेटवर्क इज कॉल्ड व्हाट? माइसीलियम. सो माइसीलियम मीन्स व्हाट? माइसीलियम मीन्स when many more hypas interwoven together and forms network like a structure. बहुत सारे hypas जो है आपस में connect हो गए network like structures बनाते हैं. That structure is called what? Mycelium. It's clear? I hope you clear. Hypa means what? The thread like structures arises from the base of a fungi or a mushroom. Okay, that is called what? Hypa. And when this hypa interwoven, interconnected and forms network, हाँ, आपस में कनेक्ट हो गए, एक नेट जैसा बना देते, जाल जैसा बना देते, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड व्हाट अ mycelium. Now next, nutrition means what are the way by which this fungi derive their food, or how it is form its food. So generally this fungi shows heterotrophs mode of nutrition, means it cannot able to synthesize its food by itself due to what? Due to absence of chlorophyll. It shows plant like structure, but chlorophyll is absent, and due to absence of this chlorophyll, this fungi cannot able to synthesize its food by itself, so it is not considered as a autotrophs, it considered as a heterotrophs. And heterotrophs, it may be in the form of a parasitic or a saprophytic, means it can depends on the other organisms, it forms like this hausteria, or you can say the hyper like structures, and suck the nutrient or suck the food from other, just you see in the case of a cuscuta. Cuscuta, this absorb nutrient from other plant, means it depends on the other. And saprophytic means type of organisms which derive food from what? Dead and decaying material. So this two two types of mode of nutrition shown by the fungi, or it is considered as a what? Heterotrophs. Heterotrophs means which depends on the other. For food, it depends on the other. It may be in the form of parasitic or a saprophytic. Now next, reproduction means how it is multiplies its number, how it is reproduces. So normally, generally, fungi reproduces by the two method, by the budding, and another method by the spore formation. It's a small spore is there when there will be a favorable condition, when it got the sufficient moistures. When the favorable condition is available in the atmosphere, moisture is present in the atmosphere, that is spores germinate and it forms what? Fungi. For example, mushroom. So these mushrooms can be what? Reproduced by the what? Spore, means this is small grains is there, and this is called what? Sporangium. एक बैग लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स होता है, उस बैग लाइक स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे कण होते हैं, उन कण को जो है वो अपन कहते हैं स्पोर्स. दिस स्मॉल particles or grains is known as what? Spores, and that bag is called a sporangium. So जब जैसे वो ये ब्रश करते हैं तो इसमें से स्पोर्स बाहर आ जाते हैं ना, और स्पोर्स बाहर आके फिर जर्मिनेट करते हैं और एक नया फंजाई, एक नया प्लांट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स रेडी हो जाता है. So this shown by what? By the mushroom and the molds. Means molds and mushroom is multiply their number or reproduce by the method of spore formation. Means ये spores बनाते हैं. और fungi, the type of fungi, for example, budding can you see in the form of a yeast. Means example of a budding. So now next we are discussing about the advantage and disadvantage, means how it is useful for us and how it is harmful for us. Means what are the ways in which the fungi is useful for us and how it is harmful for us. So mostly you see that this fungi is largely or broadly it is utilized in for the commercial purpose, for the formation of pastries and for the cake and bread, for the formation of wines and alcohols and beer. So this can be, this fungi with some species of fungi can be utilized for what? For the production of this production of wines and pastries and cakes. So first it is used in water, in the form it is used in the bakeries and breweries. Means it is used in industry of bakeries and breweries. One the specific species of fungi, that is yeast. That yeast is utilized in mostly it is utilized or it is used in the breweries and bakeries for by the formation of water for the wines or alcohol and for water for beer and for the cake and pastries. So how it is used? This yeast it is helpful for water for the fermentation. Fermentation is a process in which water, the substance or food material spoil in the absence of oxygen, and this can be employed by water. It initiated or triggered or initiated start with water. Yeast means the yeast play very important and crucial role in the fermentation of glucose, and glucose that is present in the form of a crushed apple or crushed fruits and vegetables or maybe in a form of wheat and rice and barley. There, that is a good source of glucose. So glucose is already in a there present in a barley, wheat or a rice or a fruit जूस. सो क्या करता है, इनको क्रश कर दिया जाता है और क्रश करने के बाद इनको जो ना फर्मेंटेशन के लिए छोड़ दिया जाता है. सो फर्मेंटेशन क्या होता है? इट इज़ एनारोबिक रेस्पिरेशन मीन्स इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. वो क्या होता है? स्पॉइलेज होता है, सड़ता है. और उसके बाद उसमें मोस्ट जो रोल प्ले होता है दैट इज बाय द यीस्ट. यीस्ट क्या करते हैं? इट इज इनिशिएट और स्टार्ट दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ फर्मेंटेशन. So simply this glucose, that glucose is present in the fruit juice or barley or rice or maize or corn maybe. So that glucose is converted into the alcohol and carbon dioxide. Means it forms alcohol and also it releases carbon dioxide. So this process is called what? Fermentation, and it is triggered or initiated by what? Yeast. Means yeast play here a main crucial role in the formation of alcohol and formation of releasing of carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is the main cause for the rising of duff. जो softness, the softness of the pastry, cake and bread, and this fluffiness, sponginess is due to what? Presence of carbon dioxide. That's why it is mostly employed in the bakeries, and it is also used in the formation of Douglas, common Dougla and Italy's. So that's why it is used in bakeries and breweries. Second, preparation of cheese. Again, this is also used for the formation of some dairy product like cheese. Means by using some specific species of fungi that can form a water cheese. Next, organic acid. Means this many species of fungi is also a main source of derivation for many kind of organic acid. Organic acid means the type of acid which we can derive from organic material. Means derived from we are getting from a natural substance or natural material like plants or organic material. That's why it is called organic acid. So many type of acid like citric acid. Citric acid is derived from the citrus fruits like lemon, orange, all this amla. These are the good source of vitamin C, or it is a good source for the formation or derivation of citric acid. Oxalic acid. Oxalic acid also organic acid which derived from many specific species of fungi. Gluconic acid, lactic acid from the milk. So these are the means fungi are the good source for water for the organic acid. Means we can derive many organic acid by using the special species of fungi. Next, the vitamin. Means fungi is a good source for the vitamin. Means special one special example of yeast. Yeast is a good source of vitamin B complex. Why it is called B complex? B complex means what? There are the many types of vitamin B. Vitamin B1, B2, B6, B4, B12. These all are the types of vitamin. That's why it's known as a vitamin B complex. So this yeast is a fungi and it is a good source for a vitamin. So it can be utilized for a what? Food source. Next, it is a good source of food. Means some special species like the mushroom. Many mushroom is edible. Means which can use for a food product. There are the different varieties of a mushroom just like death cap that is very poisonous. हाँ, तो बहुत सारी ऐसी जो है ना मशरूम्स होती है, लेकिन उनमें से कुछ जो है वो इडिबल होती है, मीन्स जिसको अपन खा सकते हैं, इडिबल फॉर्म से, बट सम आर पॉइजनस. So these are the good source of a food, means it can be utilized as a good source of a food and it can solve the problem of a food shortage. हाँ, जो खाने की कमी है उसको कहीं ना कहीं ये पूरा कर सकता है. So these are the good means several forms of mushrooms. Mushrooms की बहुत सारी species, several forms है जो edible forms है, जिनको अपन खा सकते हैं, यूज कर सकते हैं एज ए फूड मटेरियल. सो इट कैन सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ अ फूड ऑल्सो, मीन्स fungi can be utilized as a food source. Next, the production of antibiotics. As if you remember in the previous class or in the previous microbes, means virus and bacteria that also utilized for what? For the formation of antibiotics and vaccine. So in same way, this fungi is also utilized or also used for a derivation of different kind of antibiotics. यानी बहुत सारी antibiotics जो है वो हम यहाँ से बना सकते हैं, fungi से derive कर सकते हैं. Many types of the antibiotics can be derived by fungi. Many species are support for a formation of antibiotics. Now these are the what usefulness. These are the advantages of this fungi, means in some way somehow it is support our life, it is utilized or it is useful for us. Now same thing, in same way it is also harmful for us, because this chapter is tells us about this microbes is a friend and a foe. So it also has some harmful effects in our daily life. First thing, the spoilage of food. As you know that mostly the fungi is a main cause for the spoilage of food. Now, this is a favorable condition for a spoilage of food if we kept the fruits and the vegetables. It kept for the 1 and 2 days. After 1 and 2 days, we see that it is spoilage. And this is a spoilage due to presence of water moistures. So main cause for a spoilage is water moistures, and moisture is favorable for a growth of water microbes, maybe bacteria or a virus or a fungi, and these are the main cause for the spoilage of food, means it destroy the food. Okay. Spoilage of leather. Many the leather products like leather belt, leather purse, leather cap, leather jackets, leather shoes. If this all the leather product wet in the rain, and due to this high humidity, moistures already present in the atmosphere due to rain, it favor to water growth of microbes. यानी ये microbes fungi की growth को क्या करता है, बढ़ाता है, और जैसे growth होता है तो it is main cause for the spoilage of leather product. That's why रेनी सीजन में अपन ना लेदर के प्रोडक्ट बहुत कम यूज़ करते हैं, बिकॉज इट कैन ईजिली स्पॉइलेज बाय द फंजाई और माइक्रोब्स, बिकॉज दिस सीजन इज फेवरेबल फॉर ग्रोथ ऑफ माइक्रोब्स और fungi, because presence of high humidity at the moderate temperature. So these are the favorable condition for growth of microbes. Next, disease in the plants. Again, this is main cause for the disease in plants, disease in animals, disease in a human being. So downy mildew of the grapes. हाँ, इसमें क्या होता है, grapes की जो leaves होती है वो curly टाइप से ना destroy हो जाती है, डैमेज हो जाती है. Grapes become damaged. Black rust of wheat. Black rust of wheat means this is the barley, है ना, ये गेहूं की barley है ना, बाली है, तो उसमें ना grapes क्या होता है, sometimes small ना, it's turn become the black powder. This black powder is main cause for due to the water, the fungi which is known as albugo. So this is called a black rust of wheat. कि इसके अंदर जो wheat होता है, गेहूं होता है, वो धीरे धीरे क्या होता है, black powder में convert हो जाता है, और simply it can spread to the whole field. और ये पूरे फील्ड में जब फैल जाती है तो पूरे जो वीट जो होता है, गेहूं की फसल होती है, वो सब खराब हो जाती है, सब में ब्लैक रस्ट हो जाता है और उसमें वीट जो है वो बनता नहीं है. सो इट इज मेन कॉज फॉर द डिजीज इन द प्लांट. सेम अगेन इट इज मेन कॉज इन एनिमल्स. मैनी डिजीज skin disease, skin problem is caused due to the this fungi. Diseases in a human being, man cause some ringworms and scabies, means some wet areas. Suppose that in between this fingers and toys, our toy, पैरों के अंगूठे के बीच में और हाथों के यहाँ पे ना क्या मॉइस्चर्स रहता है ना, वेट प्लेस रहता है, वेट एरिया रहता है, तो क्या होता है, इट इज़ अ favorable place for growth of microbes, this fungi. So this also cause for the ringworms and the scabies. So in this way, these are the main causes. This fungi is the main cause for the disease in plants, animals, and the human being. It is also main cause for the spoilage of leather. That's why we are not favored to use this leather product during this weather. And it is also main cause for the spoilage of food. So this all things about the advantage, usefulness of beneficial way of fungi and harmful effects of fungi. Okay, I hope you understood all these things. If regarding to this, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I can explain once again. Therefore, that's no problem. Okay, so once again, thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Thank you once again.